Let's talk about Donald Trump, though, because here he is speaking to Fox News after being found guilty of falsifying his accounts.
The judge could decide to say, hey, house arrest or even jail.
It could.
What that could
I'm okay with it. I saw one of my lawyers the other day on television saying, oh, no, you don't want to do that to the press. I said, you don't beg for anything. You just, the way it is. They have all my books. You know, they went to, for 5 years, they sued me getting my tax returns. That could happen. I don't know that the public would stand it, you know. I'm not sure the public would stand for it. With a,
tried house arrest or...
I think it would be tough for the public to take. You know, at a certain point, there's a breaking point.
How's Melania doing?
She's fine, but I think it's very hard for her. I mean, she's fine, but it's, you know, she has to read all this crap.
Donald Trump saying that he wouldn't mind going to jail. Let's talk to Ladona Harvey, the host of Kogo, San Diego's breakfast show. Ladona, very good morning to you.
Good morning. It's me and my cat today, so just be aware.
The cat is becoming a staple. I mean, I quite like the way. Is it a he or a she?
That would be the she. That's
okay.
Smudge. Smudge the cat who she's rogue. She goes rogue.
Okay. Well, I mean, don't they all? What about Donald Trump?
Yes.
He's gone rogue as well. He says he doesn't mind going to jail, but his supporters might not like it much.
His supporters will not like it. I don't think he minds. I think that at this point, Donald Trump thinks that he's been railroaded and that he's ready to face whatever consequences. Now, this doesn't mean that his attorneys are not appealing the heck out of this verdict. They absolutely are. Do they have grounds? That's a really good question. I would ask a legal expert on that one. But I think that when you look at the pile on of how many counts there were in this case that were essentially the same thing over and over and over again, he may have a pretty good case for appeal.
Yes.
Keep in mind, I'm not an attorney, but it looks good.
Yeah, I mean, I think an awful lot of people who are not necessarily Trump supporters have also said this does not make the American judicial system look particularly great. It makes it look like it's a rigged system. It makes it look like they were after him, and it makes it look as though, you know, they drew the facts gently towards the conclusion they wanted to make, particularly when the judge at the end said, by the way, it doesn't have to be unanimous.
Well, yeah, and that's something that I've never heard of. I mean, I've been on a couple of juries. I've been called in for jury duty, and I've certainly watched trials for the last, I don't know, 35, 40 years of my career, and every verdict needs to be unanimous. Now, the jury instructions that he left are some of the grounds that perhaps could be used for appeal. How many witnesses were or were not allowed to come in and testify on his behalf. I mean, there are a lot of different grounds for appeal. Whether that will work for him, I don't know.
Well,
but you know, we'll have to wait and see. I don't think he cares, because I think that he knows no matter what, the base voters that he have are always going to vote for him.
Yeah.
And those who hate him and are going to vote for Joe Biden, it's not like they're going to suddenly switch places. No,
exactly right. But also, he's just raised $200 million in the 3 days since he got found guilty, right? In fact, his website crashed. So many people were trying to get on there to give him money. But the thing that's interesting to me is I don't think anyone expects him to get jail time, but some people are saying this judge has been quite vindictive, and he's absolutely been slagging the judge off since day one. So the judge might kind of get a bit carried away and throw something at him, like, you know, the kitchen sink. But equally, he could make him subject to something like house arrest or detention at home or something like that. Could he do that?
Sure. Yes, he absolutely could. He could do house arrest. He could do detention. He could do probation. He technically could make him pick up trash in Central Park, if that's what he wanted to do. These are financial crimes, and not even financial crimes with a victim, so to speak. These are financial crimes of covering up a payment, and perhaps misfiling it. It could be called a clerical error, essentially. So this is not nobody died and nobody lost an eye because Donald Trump paid Stormy Daniels money.
No.
There was no violence committed against anybody.
No.
So it would be unusual for that judge to do anything other than a probation or something very, very low level for this.
Yeah, exactly right. Great to talk to you, Ladona. We've got to run. Thank you very much indeed. Ladona Harvey, host of Kogo in San Diego on Donald Trump.